All right, welcome to the explainer. Listen, forget motivation. That stuff comes and goes. Today, we're doing a full system upgrade. Yeah, you heard me. We're going to install a brand new operating system for your mind, and it's built on the tactical, absolutely unbreakable principles of David Goggins.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. The first thing we've got to do is diagnose the real problem here. Because before you can build something new and strong, you have to understand let's be honest, the flawed foundation we're all starting with.
So take a look at this. It really visualizes our single biggest obstacle. See, your brain, it's got a default setting. It's running on this ancient survival software, and its one and only job, avoid pain, find comfort. That's it. Now that was great for keeping our ancestors from, getting eaten, but for us, man, it's a cage. It's a cage that puts a hard ceiling on what you think you can achieve.
And here it is. This is the mechanism behind that barrier. Goggins calls it the governor. Just think of it like one of those speed limiters they put in rental cars. It's this internal safety switch that screams at you to stop, to slow down, to just quit. But here's the kicker. It does it way, way before you're actually out of fuel.
So the big question is, how do we overwrite this junk code in our heads? You can't just wish it away, right? You need a system, a real actionable system. And for that, we're going to use this really powerful framework from Aabid Shahid. It's called the Golden Rule, and it's designed to systematically rebuild our whole mental architecture, all based on these core Goggins principles.
So here it is. This four-step process is our roadmap. It's our blueprint for engineering that unbreakable mind. It's not philosophy, it's logical, it's tactical, and it's all about action. So let's see how it all fits together, starting with step 1, the tools you're going to need.
All right, first things first. Every warrior needs an arsenal. So let's stock your mental toolkit with the 4 critical tools that are the absolute foundation of this new OS.
Tool number 1, the accountability mirror. And let's be clear, this isn't about beating yourself up. It's about radical, brutal, but productive honesty. The idea is simple. You get in front of that mirror, you look yourself in the eye, and you call out your weaknesses. No excuses. And then you turn those flaws into concrete, actionable goals you can start attacking today.
Okay, now, get ready for what might be the single most powerful, and honestly, the most liberating concept in this whole explainer. This one number, it changes everything.
It's the 40% rule. You know that feeling when your body and mind are just screaming that you are done, that you have nothing left in the tank? Well, that's a lie. That's the governor lying to you. Because in that exact moment, you've only used about 40% of what you're actually capable of. Just think about that. Pushing past that fake wall unlocks a whole other 60% of hidden power.
But, okay, what happens when that voice, that urge to quit is just overwhelming? That's when you go to tool number 3, the cookie jar. This isn't a real jar, obviously. It's a mental file cabinet. It's where you store every single tough moment you've ever overcome, every small victory you've ever earned. And when you hit that wall and want to quit, you mentally reach into that cookie jar, pull one out, and remind yourself, I've been through hell before. I can handle this.
And tool number 4, callousing the mind. This is brilliant. Think about it. When you lift weights, your hands get calluses, right? They get tougher. Your mind works the exact same way. You build resilience by intentionally doing things you hate. Voluntary suffering, a cold shower, waking up an hour earlier. You do these little hard things every single day, and you build this biological armor. So when real life hits you, and it will, you don't even flinch. Okay, so now you've got the tools. Awesome. But tools in a box are useless, right? You need to know how to use them. You need a system. So let's get into the how and the why, the actual guts of this mental operating system upgrade.
And check this out. This chart just lays out the massive shift perfectly. Look at the difference. Your default OS, it runs from pain, it's terrified of failure, it blames other people, and it sees hard limits everywhere. But the Unbreakable OS, oh man, it seeks out pain for growth. It sees failure as just data for the next attempt. It takes 100% ownership, and those limits, it knows they're just myths you told yourself.
So how do you actually do this? The how is surprisingly simple, but it ain't easy. It's about one thing, choice. At every single decision point in your day, you have to consistently choose the harder path, the path of most resistance. Take the stairs, not the elevator. And this is not just some cute metaphor. Choosing discomfort is a literal, biological requirement to rewire your brain and build that mental toughness.
And the why? The purpose behind all this pain? It's all built on this one non-negotiable foundation: Total, absolute ownership. Listen to this. Whatever your circumstances are, that might not be your fault. But how you respond to them from this second forward, that is 100% your responsibility. Period. No more excuses, just action.
Okay, this brings us to the master key of the whole framework, the when. Because it's one thing to have the tools, right? It's another thing entirely to know exactly when to pull them out of the toolbox. This is where it all stops being theory and becomes a set of real-world tactical commands.
And look how simple this is. This isn't some deep, abstract philosophy. It's a set of simple if-then commands for your brain. If you feel tired, then you apply the 40% rule. If you want to quit, then you open the cookie jar. If you feel weak, then you immediately do something hard. You see, it turns your moments of weakness into automatic, pre-programmed triggers for action.
So, what happens? What happens when you put all of this together, when you have the what, the how, the why, and the when all firing in sync? Well, the transformation it's profound.
You basically enter this positive feedback loop. It's called the gateway to freedom loop. It works like this. Daily discomfort and total ownership. That builds unbreakable discipline. And discipline, that is the ultimate tool. That's what gives you the power to actually dictate your own destiny. It's how you escape being a slave to your own feelings and impulses, and how you engineer your own true freedom.
And that right there, that's the whole ballgame. Discipline equals freedom. Forget motivation. Motivation is fickle. It's an emotion, it disappears. But discipline, the raw consistency of doing the hard thing whether you feel like it or not, that is where real power is. That is what lets you command your life.
Which leads to the final, non-negotiable command of this entire operating system. Don't negotiate with your mind. Command it. Because your mind, it's going to try to bargain with you. It'll whine, it'll make excuses, it'll always look for the easy way out. Your job isn't to debate with it. Your job is to shut it down and give the command.
Because here's the absolute truth of it. You're not weak, you're just untrained. And your mind can either be your absolute worst enemy, or it can be your most powerful weapon. The choice and the training, that starts today. So the only question left is, what will you command your mind to do?